Hi, I'm Matt Stahl, award-winning journalist for Alabama's largest media company, AL.com. And today, we're going to be investigating this place for ghosts. So we're investigating as much as is possible, both scientifically and journalistically, whether Jordan-Hare Stadium is haunted. And we came up with this because, you know, Nick Saban likes to say it these days. Really, since retirement, Nick Saban has liked to say that it's haunted.
Because in my opinion, in 17 years, going to Auburn, playing in Jordan-Hare, that place is haunted. I guarantee you.
Why do you say that?
The way we lost games and the way we won games there, it's unbelievable. Pick six, and then the Gravedigger last year. I mean, I'm telling you, the place is haunted.
That's sort of been a thing that maybe Alabama fans have whispered about for years. Not so much in the phrasing haunted, but in the, you know, weird stuff happens out there. Weird stuff has happened in Alabama games at that stadium forever. It's a hard place to play. So I sort of figured, why not take this to its logical conclusion and investigate, like, is this really haunted?
I think anything that causes a haunting is a complex kind of situation. It's very nuanced. One of the things that I say in the paranormal field is that I don't know is one of the strongest answers you can give, because that's pretty true. You know, people have their estimations, like it's energy, or it's the rock formations, or limestone, or electromagnetic things, or like seismic activity, but nobody really knows.
When we asked Auburn if they would let us be in the stadium at night to stake the place out for ghosts or spirits or curses or whatever else might be haunting this place, they said no. Politely, very politely, they said no. They said maybe they'd consider it next year. It makes you wonder if they're covering something up, frankly. This is the one that I think is going to be most familiar to people. You may have seen it in every movie about a ghost ever. It detects electromagnetic fields. Not the most reliable thing in the world, but, you know, it can be a useful tool, sort of coupled up with everything else we've got here today. If the crowd is indeed the thing that's, I guess, haunting Jordan-Hare Stadium, or like the will of the crowd is creating some sort of paranormal disturbance, like this is probably the part of the stadium where you feel like you'd see that the most. Let's see if we get any reading here. Let's get up as close to this right arm as possible here. Nothing. Not a thing. This is a spirit box, it's called, and this basically scans through radio frequencies really, really quickly. And the thought with this is that it's a way that ghosts might communicate. You might ask a ghost a question. If there's any spirits here, say War Eagle.
If I were to ever get the opportunity to explore Jordan-Hare as a whole and really like put a stamp on it's haunted, it's not haunted, first it starts with pulling the history of the land.
So yeah, I've looked in as part of this investigation just into maybe what could have happened on this land here. Was there some sort of happening in the Civil War? Was there some sort of happening with like Native Americans here before there was even a thought of building a university or a stadium here? We're sort of slim on evidence of that. Records aren't great. I've dug through the Auburn University library and there's just not much. There's also been a lot of cases of people dumping their loved ones' ashes on the field here. Those would kind of be the big reasons why maybe you'd think there could be some sort of paranormal activity here. You might just never get a definitive answer on some of this stuff. Like and this is sort of the perfect Nick Saban thing, right? Is Nick Saban has said something that is, you can't prove it wrong necessarily. Like if some big, you know, Casper the Friendly Ghost looking thing showed up at a game, maybe you could prove it right. Obviously, I don't think we're gonna do that tonight, any of this. Nothing I've seen in any of my research that I've done tells me that it necessarily is haunted, but it's unprovable. I mean, I'll go to my first experience at that stadium.
3 seconds to go. He missed it! He pushed it right! And we go to overtime!
Mizzou's running back, Nate Pete, is reaching for the end zone in overtime and just drops the ball. And Auburn picks it up in the end zone and wins the game. There's, of course, the 2023 Iron Bowl, the last time it was at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Alabama plays terribly in Nick Saban's last game there. Auburn's up a lot of the game. Auburn's up till the very end. Alabama faces 4th and 31. They run a really stupid defensive play, and Jalen Milroe hits Isaiah Bond in the back of the end zone, and they win the game. So, like, the haunting doesn't always necessarily benefit Auburn. It's just that, like, there's some strange things there. I mean, there's the kick six.
Davis goes left. Davis gets a block. Davis.
If you're Georgia, you've seen the kind of the haunting stuff too. Everybody remembers 2 weeks before the kick six, the prayer at Jordan-Hare, where balls are just bouncing all over the place, and Auburn wins on a just walk-off Hail Mary there at the end of the game. Like, such an insane season for Auburn there. So this is literally just a cat ball. It lights up like so. Press this button. You can hold it. Does this. And the thought with this is that spirits, ghosts, whatever might be theoretically haunting this place, will interact with it like this. It won't just turn on from the wind. It can kind of roll around and not turn on. It really mostly just needs a actual press of the button. So the thought is that it could be more reliable. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, and that's rolling way further than I thought it would. That rolled so far. Sorry to Auburn for littering. You should have let us in your stadium. It wouldn't have happened this way. The way we're going to try and simulate the atmosphere of an Auburn game day. If there's a spirit here, please press the button on the cat ball and make it light up. We're going to roll this one, hopefully not as far. Just going to roll it a little bit of the way under the gate there. Be honest, I kind of wanted to go a little further than that. Got the fight song. If there's anybody there, please press the button and light the cat ball up. This corner behind me, this is as close as we can get to where Chris Davis ran in the touchdown that won the kick six game in 2013. Nothing. That's as close as we're going to get to the field right here. So I think it's still very plausible that maybe there is some sort of haunting that's at this place, but it's just very, very hard to prove or disprove any of this. And maybe there's something to be said for, I guess, just the paranormal impact of the crowd here at Auburn, like the collective just will, the collective intention of all these people. Maybe there's something here that is different from other places that maybe could create some sort of paranormal energy.
Energy has a way of manifesting itself in times like that, and Auburn fans, as you know, are very superstitious by nature, and you have collective energy all concentrated on one place. Now they're thinking about the memory that they have of other incidents in the stadium, and that takes a life of its own. And in some ways, seems like it may manifest into unique plays or unique situations that are uniquely Auburn.